Hey, welcome back. So we just had the crash, so we're setting up the game again.
Good times.
Yuudai is still here. He hasn't
Hello.
he hasn't rage quit since the crash. So he sent me the save, that's why it says Belgia. Um and yeah, I'll just prep the game and then he can join. I will call it. What did I call this game? What We Be 2. I won't put a password because you can just join. Because I have this mod and it's a mod that Yuudai made, so only the two of us have the same game version, so nobody else can really join.
Unless someone happens to miraculously make the same mod.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Wouldn't be too miraculous. I only added a 0 somewhere, but
But yeah, so where were we? Well. Well, Yuudai had just reconstituted or constituted for the first time Belgia. He united Belgia, and I was about to unite Asturia, and then we had a little crash. Yeah, so that crash happens a lot.
sadly it does.
But we are back in the game. Great, I got frail. That's the first thing I got when the game loaded. You got frail. Right, so I will unite Asturia. Wait, I'm gonna check. Now my capital is the one that I want. Are you my capital? There's always mercs here, and I never see the bloody capital icon. But yes, it is. It is my capital. Decisions. Unite. Their society was noted to be largely matrilineal in nature. It's unfortunate that we can't have that.
Well, can always play Crusader Kings and change history there.
Yep. And now we're this golden color, which is kind of the color of Asturia in Crusader Kings, I think.
Yeah, it does seem similar at least.
Right, and I need new ideas.
Probably not a coincidence.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Standardized construction might be a good idea.
I just found out that there are barely any unmarried men in my country. I'm looking for someone to marry and I only have 2 options.
Right, so, are we ready to unpause?
Yeah. Let's
Let's
do
unpause
things.
and let's do things. Yeah, so there's actually quite a few, oh, I should have taken a screenshot. I'm gonna take a screenshot now. So that I have a lovely thing for a thumbnail. Yeah, so there's a couple things that we encountered, sort of a couple glitches. This screen freeze is one of the most egregious ones that we had the most. There's also like this aggressive desync that just happens at some point. And we didn't really, I don't remember how we fixed the desync.
We just made a new save, I believe, and then with the new save it worked.
Yeah, and then when we tried to get Slay to play with us,
He just
um,
always desynced.
yeah, he always desynced, and I think it's because he joined while our game was already in progress, so that's an annoying thing. But otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, the game to me feels quite smooth in terms of performance, not in
Yes.
terms of just anything. Nothing in this game is a smooth experience.
Well. Losing land to Carthage is a very smooth experience.
It can be. Does this is a question. Oh, that is interesting. Reduces the unrest. Governor local troops reduces the unrest by quite a bit. These horses. Is it based on number of units, or does type of units also matter?
I think it's just based on number.
So maybe having horses doing this is a bit of a waste.
Horses do let you move them quickly if there's a slave uprising or something.
Yeah. It is a relatively tiny area for now, so I might just make another... Oh, I don't have a lot of manpower, so I can't really do much. Oh, but we can do this experiment. My horses are 4 cohorts, and I'm gonna recruit, oh, give me the macro. I'm gonna recruit 2 archers and 2 light infantry. And then we'll see what the truth be. Am I recording? I am. Good. It's important to check.
It would be quite unfortunate if it turned out you weren't.
Yeah, it would be very lelling. But yeah. So the crash doesn't really, if you're in multiplayer, it isn't really a huge issue. Like in terms of time, it took us what 5 minutes, and like we both got snacks.
Yeah.
So,
It's
uh,
just a nuisance.
yeah, it's a huge nuisance. It's annoying, and it's sometimes a bit demoralizing. It also is a nice way to be like, oh, let's go to sleep now.
That is true.
Yeah, I think this might be our last recording, possibly.
I think that would be a good idea for tonight.
We've been going for about 6 hours now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, what I wanted to see is local unrest minus 0.12, local unrest minus 0.12. Yeah, it only matters the number of units. So that's one thing to note. But you did say it also they cost less or something? Wait, what did you say? I forgot all the bonuses that they
They
give you.
don't cost less, but well, you won't have you won't have to pay your general because well, it's just your governor, not a separate general.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, now that we have reformed our thing into thing, we actually have quite a few bonuses here. We have Wait, no, wrong. We have... We got some stuff. We got some free upgrades for these regional upgrades. This is really cool. I really like this. Lets us do some, like, let's entice some business investments. And let's get some stability from this. We also got, what do you all get? You get a bonus. You get a permanent end of game bonus in your capital. You get, like, your entire government reforms. We've become a federated tribe. Before we were something else, so we got an extra idea. What else do you get? I don't really...
Well, it's worth noting that a federated tribe increases your country's civilization level, which is useful if you want to stop being a tribe.
Yeah. Let's see, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do hit and run. I wanna rename this. No, not this. I want to rename this. I want to rename it to... Oh, what else is a green color? Emerald. Good.
Naming things after green things, huh?
Yep. Why do you not want to join? Oh, low manpower. What's your manpower? 51! Okay.
That is pretty low.
That is pretty low. I will give you that. I had to lower my mic a bit. My mic is... Hold on. My mic is above my eyebrows.
It's an interesting place for your mic.
It's a headset mic, and I keep it above my nose so that I don't breathe into it. But I guess it just slides up slowly but surely, and then I eventually have it just above my eyebrows.
Interesting that it slides up.
I think it's just like, I don't know. I pet the cat. I don't know what I do. Maybe my headphones slide back. I don't know. I must move it somehow, but I don't know how. Not much is happening now. It was so exciting in the last match. There's so much war going on. I forgot to talk most of the time, which is a bit unfortunate.
And now you just have manpower to recover.
Yeah, now I just have to recover manpower, so I need like a good topic of discussion. And we've already gone through the crash stuff, which I thought we might have a bit more to talk about, but really the crashes were pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Not much to say about the screen freezes.
Yep.
And here's a thing I've noticed in our current game. Have you seen some of the uncolonized places?
Uncolonized?
There's a settlement in southern France that got depopulated earlier. And also one in Macedon that's just been depopulated at the start of the game and never got recolonized by them.
I think Epidomnos is the one that I was trying to populate as well, or I think it might have been Apollonia in my Crete game.
It might just start with only one person living in it, and then
it's really easy to empty it out. That is quite outstanding. There is a thing in Crusader Kings with, like, you can't really depopulate an area sort of through most conventional means, but remember in our game, was that our Holy Furry game? Where we had the animal kingdoms on? Where Crete was depopulated.
Crete was gone.
Crete was just 2 gravestones, and it was like, What? And you couldn't do anything. You couldn't interact with it. You couldn't build it. You couldn't. It was just gone.
I think it started out with some nomads there, and I guess something must have happened to them that de-nomaded them or something, and then it's like, well, there are no holdings here, so it's just completely gone.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Couldn't even select them anymore.
You know
And
this. Hmm?
Lelling wouldn't let me fix it in the save file. I was like, I can go give this to somebody so that we can interact with it again.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
I was going to just give it to the nearest person in Greece, but I believe you thought it was amusing to have.
That's possible. That's a possible. That seems like a lulling thing to think.
It was pretty amusing, to be fair.
Oh, this isn't mine. Right. Right. This whole provincial armies thing is really changing the game for me.
Huh.
It is very much letting me handle these disloyal butt cheeks with a lot more efficiency.
Disloyal butt cheeks.
Can we declare war now? Wait, you broke your alliance with someone. What the heck? Why would you do that, you dude? I wanted to conquer all of you, not just part of you, you butt.
Maybe that's why they knew.
They were like, let's fragment. It is time. If I declared war on these... Whoa! All the enemy allies. Are you in a defense... Oh, they're in a very, very big defensive league.
You have one of those as well in your region now, huh?
Yep, I guess me creating Asturia kind of
Oh dear.
upset everyone.
The one that's close to me has grown. It has 11 people in it now. 11 countries.
That is quite the thing, but you are also quite the thing. You're at 201. See, you're like, oh, it'll never happen, it'll take me ages to expand. You're at 201 things already.
Well, at this point, literally everyone to my south is in that defensive league. I can clean up the things to my west, but then I'm kind of limited in... Oh? Or maybe not. Because one of them is allied with someone in the defensive league. So you can still sneak along the coast, perhaps. I should just start fabricating a claim already.
I should start fabricating some claims, because most people I had claims on are now mysteriously gone.
Huh. Wonder how that happened.
Yeah. Mysterious indeed. Kokosatia, that's a place. Do they have coconuts there?
Probably not. But who knows?
Oh ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Okay, we'll do some claim fabrication. Wait, I was checking what I need for Greater Iberia. Do I need everything?
Not everything. You do need to fight Carthage, though, I can tell you that.
Lovely. Lovely gal. Well, Carthage is not that much more powerful than I am. You know, they have almost 3,000 people. I have 600 people. That's a tiny difference.
And they have 8 subjects. You have 0 subjects.
They have 112 ships. I have 0 ships.
They also have half of Rome occupied.
Oh no.
You
Rome!
have none of Rome occupied?
Look at Boy! Boy is still holding on.
That is good. I'm happy to hear that.
I'm so proud
They
of
have
you,
changed
Boy.
shape.
They have changed shape and they've moved to the east.
Yes.
There isn't even a region called Boy. These Boy are just there. They're just Boy.
There's the province of Boyoa in Boyohamum. And there is an achievement to bring the boy there.
Is that true?
Yes, there is. I think it's to conquer, or well, take all of Boyohamum as boy. Let's see, achievements.
That is quite outstanding. And if the achievement is not called bringing the boys home?
It's the boys are back in town.
Oh my god! That is transcendent.
It's a good achievement. I don't have it yet. I should go for that sometime.
You have all the achievements.
I do not have all the achievements.
You have many of the achievements.
I have an amount greater than 0.
That is a very humble way to put it. A very humbled way to put it. Right, I want to build a city, my first city, and I think I'm gonna destroy all the forts in the middle of my realm. That's 4 forts.
Should save you some money.
Actually, 3 forts, because one of those things is definitely gonna be a city. Actually, do I want Argentiolum to be a city? Because Argentiolum has precious metals.
I mean... Is it... I guess whether it's worth getting a mine there depends on whether somebody's going to import it from you. But just having precious metals isn't that beneficial.
Yeah.
Of course, if somebody's willing to import it from you, then it's nice to have, because trade income is nice.
But I don't know what else to make the capital of that province. Maybe the horses are good?
Horses are good. They increase your population capacity.
But that place, I think, only has one source of food, so population capacity in there, not very beneficial. Very difficult to get food in Spain, which is not at all accurate to reality, as Spain is one of the main food producers of Europe.
I mean, if we look at the trade goods map mode, there actually is a decent spread of grain throughout Spain, just not in your neck of it.
Yeah, I could see it over there in the south.
There's like this void of grain territories right where you are.
Ugh. But yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only thing that's food in here is this livestock. So putting the capital on precious metals might as well be thing. I could put it on the horses. This is the question. This is the question. I do like the name Argentiolum. I think it's a very cool name for a place.
Well, thinking about it for more than 1 second makes me realize why it has precious metals.
Yeah. But I could also do it in Asturica Augusta or Praetorion, which are both also cool names.
Asturica Augusta sounds like a place
That
that
would be a
Asturia
capital.
would care about.
Yeah, and that would be like a capital, right?
Yeah.
So I might make that the capital, even though it will have horses, which doesn't sound very capital-like.
It doesn't.
But yeah.
What would you say is a good capital resource? Like, what would you expect a capital to produce?
Let's see.
Cloth and glass might make sense. What
Yeah,
else?
yeah. Glass, I think, is really cool. Earthenware, I'm fine with. Papyrus, like all the ones that you get when you found a city make sense. And of the natural ones, stone, marble. I mean, I guess salt. If you're on the coast, kind of.
I feel stone seems like a weird export product for a city. You'd think they'd be using up
Using
most
it,
of the
yeah.
stone they're finding.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess of the natural ones, wine, olives. Um, let's see, what else? Yeah, marble, wine, spices. What's in there? Oh, it's earthenware. Are these cities? Oh no, they're just naturally occurring cloth.
It's naturally occurring cloth.
Well, that's what it is. But yeah, yeah, I'd say wine, marble. That's it. Olives. I need a list of all the things that exist.
Just click import somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, wine. Maybe, yeah, spices. Olives, honey? Honey's sort of, if you're in the north, I guess, I would say. That makes sense in towns. I think southern cities were not very beekeeping places. I don't know.
I'm not very familiar with city export products in 244 BC.
Papyrus, cloth, earthenware, marble, incense, silk, glass, gemstones. All of those I think make sense.
Just not horses.
Yeah, just not horses. Unless you are in Lipica. And then you can make the Lipizzaner horses.
Ah.
But I don't think Lipizzaner horses would have the impact of increasing the population limit. They would be more about amusement.
I mean, I'm not sure how increasing population limit really works with any horses, but
You eat them.
but that would imply they just give you more food. Maybe it's everyone has a horse, so like people can live farther away from the city center and still be connected to the city, I guess.
Ooh.
Maybe that's the idea.
Maybe it's also just that like horses reduce the amount of like work that people need to make, which gives more time for breeding.
Ah, that's a good point. The horses can perform work.
Right. Well, we are making a thing in Horseland. Oh, I could have also checked. Well, that is if I was intelligent. Oh, okay. It's all plains. It's all plains.
Ah,
um. Sure, let's make 2 cities. 2 cities is a good start.
as long as you have cities, it's a good start.
And then I want to see. Oh, for crying out loud! This place has no food sources other than the thing that's on the port, which is fish.
Well,
So I guess we'll have a city next to the port. I don't like Spain. Why am I playing games in Spain all the time? But yeah, I guess that city will be adjacent to my capital and it will be in a different province, which isn't a bad thing.
I do feel southern Spain is a lot nicer than the rest of Spain, but Carthage is there.
Yeah, maybe I should have started as that thing that's gone, the one that you started as.
Ah, Cesatania.
Yeah. Or like Lusonia or something. Oh wait, what is Lusonia? Celt-Iberian Druidic. No. I wanted Iberic. Well. Okay.
Celtiberic does sound like a nice culture to unify Iberia under.
I guess so.
There's this nice compromise culture.
Whatever. We'll help her. Starving pops in Gigia.
Oh dear.
Well, the city will be built soon. Everybody calm down.
Every month 0.04% is lost.
I forgot what we were talking about. We weren't really talking about anything.
We are talking about trade routes and what makes sense for a city in this year we are in.
Ah yes, the riveting conversations. Look, I don't claim this is a compelling discussion channel. I don't really
We try our best.
Yeah, like today I haven't really done much, so I don't really have a lot on my mind. The most important piece of news that isn't just depressing piece of news is that the new government of Andorra is considering returning to Eurovision. Not the government, but the country. Which
I
would be
mean,
really cool because Andorra was kind of so San Marino is the last microstate that still participates because all the other microstates have said ever since the semifinals were introduced, none of the microstates made it into the finals. And so they said like because we don't have giant populations in other countries, it's really difficult for us um to do anything. So we are just going to stop going.
I can't imagine that like Finland's population in other countries, well, the Finnish population in other countries is very relevant anywhere.
Yeah, I think overall this is a sort of a misconception about Eurovision that like you have to have a giant diaspora. Like it sure it helps, you know. Whenever Turkey was competing, Germany always gave Turkey a lot of points. That isn't a coincidence. Um, but it's not the be all and end all.
Indeed.
And I'm really happy to see it back. You know, we are probably gonna have Catalan back at Eurovision. You know, at least until Catalonia becomes independent, and then they can also join, and then we'll have two countries in Catalan, and they can give each other points. Uh,
I
and
didn't realize they speak Catalan there.
yeah, yeah, Andorra
That's
speaks
cool.
Catalan, and yeah, yeah. So they're interested because it might help them boost tourism, and um, their kind of argument is that when they were competing in the semifinals, this was in the sort of when the semifinals were first introduced and nobody knew what was going on. And the way that they were done was that like you would have like 28 countries in the semifinal. There was one semifinal, 28 countries competed, and you had a lower chance of getting through to the final because it was like so the way that it worked before they realized that that was a bad idea is in order to encourage countries to send proper entries rather than joke entries, they said if you were top 10, next year you would automatically be in the final. If you weren't top 10, you needed to be in the semifinal. So countries that felt like they had no friends in any other country would just be in the semifinal all the time. And because nobody watched the semifinal, a lot of countries just kind of never got any spotlight. But now it's a whole event, and now we have two semifinals, and all countries except for the big five have to be in the semifinals. And so everybody watches them, and they're thinking it will probably. There's no way for Andorra to actually expose itself to millions of people that's as easy as participating at Eurovision.
Yeah.
And they always sent like really fun entries, you know, that kind of Mediterranean party song. You know, Spain always sends like really dramatic entries, like a lady in a flowing dress shouting at the audience, it's raining, or there's a wind machine. I really like Spain, but they never get points. Or, I mean, they recently sent the party song, which also got no points. I feel really bad for Spain. Maybe they would get more points if they let all their areas become independent. And then they could keep each other points.
I feel like there will be some time before some of their regions will be on happy terms with Spain again, though, if that does happen.
Well, you know, people say that about Yugoslavia. People are always like, all these Eastern countries voting for each other. We were at war with each other like 28 years ago. And every time that Slovenia gives any points to the countries that we were at war with, everybody's like, oh, look at them. Those are neighbor votes. It's like, no, we hate each other. We can't stand each other. We like each other's music because it's the music of the region.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, the Netherlands are just pissed because they have no culture of their own, so they can't play the
Wow.
cultural card. This is just what the truth is. Like, people will always be pissy on the Eurovision Reddit, which I do follow, I think, more closer than any other Reddit. And the Dutch people are always like, this is so unfair. You know, Ukraine can send a lady that's singing in Crimean, and, like, this country can send their folk instrument. We don't have folk instruments. We don't have folk music. It's not our fault. And it's like, well, you know, if you'd spent a little bit more time developing a culture, a little bit less time trading slaves, just saying.
We have folk music. People just don't know about it. Nobody cares about it. We even have a country neighboring us that's for slightly over half shares our language. Would you just forget about that?
I mean, no, that's not a thing. I think that, like, so Pippin, who is in the music industry and he is Dutch, he always says that Dutch music is really, really bland and devoid of any kind of cultural heritage. It's all very modern. It's always modern tunes, or the biggest kind of folkish tune that you can get in the Netherlands is American folk tunes, which is worse. It's just bad.
Didn't we get like second by sending something that
The worst song! I hate it so much. You hear the recap of all the songs, and it's like party songs or like ethnic songs, and it's really great. And then you just hear two people wailing at each other with fake American accents. It is the worst. The Netherlands should be ashamed of themselves. They should send some more songs in Dutch. It's all in English. I would really like to see one year when, like, it's again that rule that you can't send songs in languages that aren't the official language of your country.
It would be fun to like alternate that. Like,
yeah.
A year with and a year without the rule, and just alternate that.
Yeah, because people say that would be unfair to Belgium though, because Belgium has the thing where they alternate. Because they have two broadcasters that are part of the EBU, the Flemish one and the French-Belgian one, and they alternate every other year. A different one sends the thing. But no, so there's this.
Wait,
what?
Hold on. Does that mean that they never get to send a German, even the language person, even though that's one of their official languages?
No, it's not about the language. It's they're broadcasters. They just alternate who's in charge of sending one, which is really cool. And you really get to hear the difference as well. Because it's just so... Hold on, what is this? I'll just do this. It's really nice. But yeah, what was I gonna like? Yeah, if there's this theory that countries weren't doing well because they have obscure languages that nobody likes, and that's why they lifted this rule. That, you know, you have to send in your own language. They just said, okay, it's fine. You can all send it in English. It's going to be a really great cultural contest. And it's now really boring. But what I like is that there have been songs, really unpopular language songs, that have won, like Molitva in 2007. Where they were just like, it was Serbia. It was Serbia's debut entry, and it was in Serbian, and it won, and it was highly lyrical as well. Like, it was, the song's title is Prayer, and it's like the lyrics are really important, but they won. And I think that just proves that you don't have to have it be in English. And I really do think that it would be cool if the rule did appear every now and then. Maybe every 5 years or every 3 years.
I guess something uneven. Just for the Belgians.
Yeah, just for the Belgians. But, you know, or something that's like the Hunger Games. Like every 25th Hunger Games, they did something special. That's what we should do with Eurovision. Like
the idea of turning Eurovision into the Hunger Games.
This time, everybody who isn't the winner gets to die.
Oh my god.
I think that would make it. That would certainly liven it up. Why can't we enter this realm? Who's in the way? Is it just that one fort? Okay, well then we'll just stay like this. I started a war.
Ah, just just casually starting a war.
Yeah.
I got a claim on someone, but they joined the giant defensive pact before I got the claim, so I'm not starting any war.
Oh. Oh, maybe I should help my allies. Oh, nope. 20,000 people. Oh, my army maintenance was on max this entire time. Since the crash.
On max, even. Ooh.
Yeah. I like to keep it high.
Fair enough.
I mean, not when it's not necessary, like right now. But during a war, I find it convenient.
It can make a difference. I'm just going to fabricate a claim overseas. Just start doing a coastal landing, I guess.
This is fine. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna work out well for us. It is gonna work out just fine.
Is it?
Let's hope so. It did.
Yay.
Wait, who am I all at war with? At least in Crusader Kings, things are lit up. So Aronia is the leader of the war, and these are the extras. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, Eurovision is definitely something that could be discussed at length during these things. It's slightly related. We are in Europe after all.
Yes. There are different countries that exist, and some have cultures that are in some way related to the countries that participate in Eurovision.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for Andorra. I hope they do come because San Marino recently qualified for the finals. So they've also proven that you don't have to be a massive country to qualify.
Good.
And I really like the microstates, and I wished for a while that the microstates would kind of get together and they would maybe do a thing where like they would collectively send an entry. So the other thing that's a big concern for every country that wants to participate is cost. A lot of the time countries will drop out because of the cost, like for example Slovakia and Bulgaria have at times been and Bosnia couldn't afford to participate in the contest. Like the entire country's broadcaster just doesn't have the money to participate. And this has happened a couple times. Bosnia was even banned one year, I believe. Bulgaria was banned one year. There was a really cool entry that was banned one time. It was really sad. They had the national final. They had everything. They were gonna go. They were included on the album of that year. They just weren't allowed to participate in the contest because the country didn't fulfill its obligations. I think it was Bulgaria. It might have even been Romania, but I know that all of these countries have had, at various points, considerations that they cannot participate because of the cost. And like a lot of the times Bosnia hasn't participated because they sent a really good entry or like a decent entry and they didn't go into the finals, and then the next year they're like, it costs too much. But yeah, that's also why the big five get to be in the final, because they contribute the most money. Without them, Eurovision couldn't happen. So That's why they get to be in the final, regardless of how they they don't really participate in the semifinal. But the thing is, people can sometimes be like, "Oh, that's unfair," blah, 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 blah. But it's like,
Somebody needs to pay for it.
yeah, and also the only Big Five country that's won since the Big Five were introduced has been Germany in 2010. Mostly they are skirting on the bottom five, though. So I don't think it's a huge
Yeah.
advantage.
They don't have much pressure to send good people, I suppose.
Oh my god, Gravia once again. Like, I'm just gonna give this to Gravia because I'm just gonna attack Gravia. You're the worst ally, Gravia. You don't even border them. You're not even a border. I'm unimpressed with Gravia. Relinquish this occupation. Yeah, and that's the other thing about Eurovision is that a lot of people always say like, oh, it's pointless, it's all political votes, you know, and that's why a lot of countries will also not participate. And it's like, no, it isn't. If it was all about political votes, then the same country would be winning every year. 'Cause the politics of Europe are pretty stable. Like, we don't have massive changes.
Are we
And
not living in the migratory tribes era anymore?
yeah, and it's not like, oh yeah, it's all politics. No, it's not politics. Like, politics plays this really cool like subplot, like when Azerbaijan and Armenia are constantly digging at each other. That's really fun, but it doesn't really have a huge bearing on the score. That's why a different country has won every time for the last like 20 years, except for Sweden, which won twice. But that's just Sweden. That's just
Yeah,
Sweden.
they just have such a massive diaspora in like all the other European countries.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, oh, diaspora votes. That's why Sweden wins every year. Or maybe Sweden is really good every year because they take Eurovision really seriously. Because like in
They do.
2012, I believe, half of the country's population was watching Eurovision. And they have Melodifestivalen, which is a great contest. It's really huge. It's the biggest musical event in their country, and it's really great. And they use foreign juries at Melodifestivalen. Ever since they've done that, they have placed top 5 or top 10, but usually top 5. Sweden is usually in the top 5. And people are like, oh, the juries love their songs. The jury is so biased towards Sweden. And it's like, yes, because they have a national contest where they already use juries from foreign countries. And
Almost as if you train for an event, you have a better chance of succeeding at it.
yeah, it's like if we're all like watching like European Football League or something. And like there were countries which had like national football leagues and they had huge tournaments, and then there was a country that just like had like a random draw. It's just like, yeah, we just have the guy who's in charge of sports. He just handpicks a couple people and sends them. It's like, of course there's a difference. Ah.
Our Ministry of Health sent some people they thought were healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what else happened. Oh, I don't follow Junior Eurovision though. I feel like a very fake Eurovision fan. This Junior Eurovision happens. I just don't have the time. I do have the time. I just don't have the energy. Who is this? Silenia. Let's just take Silenia out of the equation. And then maybe Gravia will give us this stuff. Gravia, you can't hold it. It's not related. I'm so done with Gravia. Can we actually convene a war thing? We can't summon a war council. I don't know why.
I've noticed that sometimes while at war they're having difficulties with it.
Fine, if we give this to Gravia, can we then declare war on Gravia? I want to check. If we declare war on this dude... Oh, they're part of the thing. Oh, that was a bad idea. I should have let it be independent. Well, this is fine. This is fine. But hey, I got the western coast.
I actually have difficulties with the war.
Oh no.
So I can't reach them over land, so I actually have to have troops on ships.
Oh wait, who are you fighting a war with? Viviskia. Viviskia is the one that sort of stumped me in the thing. They were the ones who controlled all of France. Or no, it was Arvernia. Arvernia was that.
And they actually have a unique thing, I believe, heritage. Yeah, Arvernian heritage.
Ooh.
I think they also start as one of the largest in Gaul.
Hmm. Oh, summon war council. That is convenient. So, is there any way to not have defensive leagues?
I don't think so.
They just happen, right? It has nothing to do with your, like, aggressive expansion and stuff.
They tend to form when somebody has aggressive expansion, but I don't think they, like, ever disband. It's not from my experience.
Well, that's just brilliant. Who is Vardulia at war with? You!
Mm-hmm. They're allies with Vysia.
I'm like, I want to claim that. Now you're over here.
Don't worry, I won't take the Iberian stuff.
You could take it. We could trade later. I'm just like, where are they occupied from?
I don't really want to have to deal with the aggressive expansion. Although I'm already at 52. It's not good. Oh, they're not just at war with me.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate for them. Maybe it's time for our war exhaustion to go down a bit.
You have a lot of it.
3.6.
Huh.
So I would say a non-negligible amount.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to build another city. Oh, why is it base metals on a port?
Base metals everywhere.
Cohort recruit speed. The most useless thing. Oh, there's another port. Oh, and it has salt.
It really is rare that I'm like, I wish I recruited my troops faster.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll build a city on the salt. This place has 2 ports. A salty city.
Oh, this will be my first different culture group conquest for me. I have some colonization done in different culture group, but no conquest yet.
Oh. Some of us weren't so lucky. Hmm.
It's annoying that my enemies do get military access from my neighbors, but I obviously don't with my aggressive expansion.
Yeah.
So they keep sending troops into my lands without needing a fleet, but I need to make naval landings to reach them.
Yeah, I hate that. I get that all the time. It's almost as if we're way too aggressive.
Maybe.
The only people who aren't in that defensive pact or defensive league are people who are allied with me.
Typical.
If I break the alliance, do you think they'll instantly go into the defensive league?
Probably.
So
They probably will.
Maybe the better thing would be to offer feudatory status. Different culture.
I don't think I've ever made someone diplomatically my feudatory in this game so far.
I have in Thing, I think. In
Oh.
my Crete play. Because everyone's Greek, so it's really easy.
Ah.
I think. Oh, right now it's difficult though because my improve opinion is lowered because of. Well, it's not lowered, it's just not as great as it could be because
Sing.
because technology.
Ah.
In my Creek game, my technology was like, I had all the stuff that was like, your improve opinion is like 150.
Yeah.
I mean, if I turned into appeasing,
Like me.
it wouldn't actually be as good. I could potentially get their opinion to be, what do I need for feudatory status?
I don't know. It'll probably say if you mouse over it.
Ugh. A lot.
Hmm.
Many, many, many things. Oh, but my manpower's... Oh, I said it's almost full and then it moused over. Last I checked, my manpower was maxed at like 47,000 or something. Now it's 105,000.
I suppose you have grown a bit.
So I guess we'll just do another Blessing of Rosmerta. Are we seriously going to... Okay. Oh, I was gonna import fish from you, but that offer's gone.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I wasn't too excited to import the fish anyway.
Even more fish. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. Viviskia was at war with someone on my border. And now I'm actually bordering Viviskia.
Ah! That's convenient.
In a very interesting way, because it's not connected to any of their stuff, and I'm not sure why they were allowed to take it, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I feel like the AI seems to just be allowed to take this stuff. Like, look at Gravia and its little thing that it got. It's disconnected and it got it.
It's strange sometimes.
If I offer someone a guarantee, does that take them out of a defensive league?
I don't know.
Also, I guess it's not my fault that this defensive league exists, because I just realized that a lot of these people do reach all the way down to Carthage, and a couple of them do border it.
That might be relevant.
Carthage, you're ruining everything. You're ruining Spain. We could all have such a nice laugh. Ooh. No, I don't want to do whatever that was. That costs a lot of money. Oh, right. Military, 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 military. Where is it? Yes! And let's reduce fort maintenance. And let's see if we can demolish some forts. Well... if we're ever at war with these people, that fort will be necessary. guess it's fine if we destroy it.
I almost ran out of time to contest the bar goal.
Oh!
I had to use force march to get there in time.
Wow. Oh yeah, because you had to, like, go really far.
Yeah. But I got there, so all good.
Okay, I guess I'm going to... Should I destroy the fortresses around my capital?
It's not very likely enemies will show up there, right?
Yeah, and if they do, I've probably screwed it all up anyway.
Probably, yeah.
Some fort cleanup. That is lovely. Now we are lovely. I should make a fort down there though, because I don't have one. Let's decide what capital. Yes. I think Balneos could be a good capital because wood. Wood adds local tax, right?
Yes it does.
Marble adds civilization. Wood is better. But we're not going to build a city there. We're just going to build a fort for now. Ooh. Someone died. Unused trade route. Burp, 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 burp. Can't do anything. Why is this place disloyal? Who is in charge of this? They're not even the wrong culture. They're all Asturian. 97% Asturian.
The one person who isn't this is really upset.
Yeah. I don't know why they're so annoyed. War exhaustion. Governor corruption. Why is my war exhaustion not going down? Oh!
Right. Hmm?
Devotio doesn't really do much bad. It just gives you tyranny.
Did I hear you say it just helps you convert culture?
Yeah, exactly. So, let's get rid of that war exhaustion, shall we? And let's get some tyranny. How quickly does my tyranny go down? Yeah. I'm okay with that. Let's do another one. Stabbed 2 pigos. What did you say the sound effect was called? Or no, it wasn't the sound effect. It was the action itself is called pig stab or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just called pig stab or stab pig in the files.
That's lovely. Oh yeah, wait, I was gonna make a city. I got a casus belli.
Speaking of cities, I need to get some more aqueducts going in Paris.
Have you made Paris your capital?
I did. It's not the place I want as my final capital, but it'll do the job for now.
Oh, you know, Paris. No big deal.
It's a decent alternative to a proper capital. I hope you didn't plan to have a large French viewer base.
Alright, I think I'll build a city here, and then this place might actually accommodate 2 cities, so if push comes to shove, we can also put a city in the bloody base metals place.
Just imagining a city just covered in random ingots.
Yes. I mean, if it's processing as well, you know, if it's not just mining it, if it's also processing it, then okay, a city might do that.
I feel that's not the most absurd of things to have. I just can't imagine a city producing horses. Or stones also seems unlikely.
Yeah, stones kind of feels like the most unlikely.
Especially with how you start exporting more of it the larger your city is. Oh god, Rome, what happened to you?
Oh no. Oh no, Rome is sick.
It is.
Carthage just got both sides.
It's really disgusting. I suppose just taking random coastal places is in line with Carthage's team, though.
Yeah.
But
It's still pretty gross.
yes,
Carthage is gross in general. Come on, everybody, just absorb into me. We need to be able to fight Carthage. I think I'll have to provincialize some of my armies soon. Cause, yeah.
I did a thing.
You did a thing? Oh no!
Yes. Oh yes.
That is quite the chonker you have become.
Thank you.
I like French. I like France in this green. It's much better than the blue France usually gets.
No big blue blob here. Yet anyway, I don't know what color gold will have.
Probably blue.
Would not surprise me in the least.
I don't know what to put into place with the furs. If I want a slave estate or a tribal settlement.
I don't like tribal settlements since once you stop being a tribe, they're kind of pointless.
Yeah. Maybe a barracks. Nah, this is my capital thing. I should put slave estates everywhere.
Ah, yeah, in your capital, that's probably good.
Slave estate and mines in the places that need mines.
Just get as many extra resources as possible in the capital.
Although most of it is bloody base metals and precious
Ugh.
metals. I have 3 things that do precious metals. This is the worst thing. So my whole thing is grain, fish, 3 precious metals. Nope, correction. 4 precious metals, 1 base metals, 1 stone, 1 furs, 1 horses. It's ugh. Ugh. Ugh, I say. Fine, we will build a mine. And another mine. Let's take a look at our laws. Tribal representatives, sedentary bureaucracy. Rights of man, rights of birth. Rights of birth.
Rights of bird.
Rights of birds. What do we need for 40 stability? Civilization needs to be 50. Okay. Rights of bird. I just got epileptic.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I think that I want, I don't know, do I want to be a monarchy? Spain is always all these monarchies. Maybe it would be cool to be a republic. I did play the last games as republics though.
But then you'll be like Carthage.
Well, it's working for them. I wouldn't be an aristocratic republic though. I would be like a plutocratic one.
Ah.
Are you planning on being a monarchy again?
I don't know. I think I might.
I don't know. I'm not really sure what the point of a monarchy is. Oh wait, didn't we determine that I couldn't become an empire or something?
What?
In the Crete game? Cause I was a republic?
You can become a dictatorship as a republic, though.
Yeah, but I didn't get the thing where I got to have like 4 ideas or something.
Well, a dictatorship has 4 ideas.
That's a but. I want to be a republic, not a dictatorship.
Yeah, if you're gonna go dictatorship, you might as well just be a monarchy, I suppose.
Yeah. How silly to be like, yeah, these are your 2 options, except one is clearly not gonna give you all the stuff. What's the point? Oh, but my war exhaustion is gone.
That is good.
So maybe we can encourage trade. How's it going in Cantabria? Have we already... Oh, 40% druidic.
Good progress.
Slowly but surely. Has a lot of tribal settlements in it.
Yeah. They do like to start making lots of tribal settlements, those AI countries.
Yeah, I mean it is actually pretty good for the economy. It's a good boost. You get like a couple more cents per province, which I think is decent. And you get more manpower, and you get more. It's just kind of a good overall. And if it's already built, I'm like, okay.
As long as I'm a tribe, I just leave them if they're already built. Just once I stop being a tribe, it's like, well, time to get rid of all of them, I guess.
Martial advances, advance!
I had that just a few months back.
I'm so technologically advanced. Oh, boo. It's really expensive to buy an invention.
348 for me.
123. I don't think Crete cost me half as much for ages. These are the best of times.
Oh.
Best of times indeed. What are we gonna build in here? An academy? People seem unhappy. Let's build a theater and a temple. Like to start with a theater and a temple? Seems like the easiest way to sort of slowly make sure that people who land in your cities convert.
Especially if the place is already wrong culture and religion. That's also what I always start with.
Oh, right. Should probably wrap up.
Ah.
Are you doing anything major?
Nothing major, no.
Alright, then maybe we can pause?
Yeah.
Alright, I will pause. And yeah. So, this is a bit longer than usual. But we did recover from the crash. Went through very important topics. I'm gonna quickly take a screenshot before I forget.
The Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, that is definitely something
Relevant.
that's relevant and definitely always on my radar. So if we ever run out of things to talk about and we don't want to dip into let's just say more controversial topics, which I'll be saving for later.
Oh dear.
We have Eurovision, which is completely uncontroversial at all times.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we've both made gains. Some have made more gains than others. We both met our intermediate goal, which I'm pretty pleased with. Yeah, so I think your plan is just is just all of Gaul?
Yeah, I guess it is. Like, And the question is whether I'll actually want to form Gaul or do a silly and go to Anatolia to form Galatia.
Well, that would certainly be something interesting to behold. But yeah, I just wanna get Spain. It's gonna be a really big thing versus Carthage. But maybe my first objective will be to kind of get to you. I think that's the first thing I'm gonna do when we come back. I'm gonna be declaring war on these little states to the right of me, because
I
the ones
do.
to my left are all in a defensive pact anyway.
I do border a Hispanic region now.
Yep.
That would be a good place to have a border.
And if I get 20 more territories, then we will be the same size.
Ah. Just need to get that before I get 230 more. That should be manageable.
That should be fine, you know, unless Carthage decides to annoy me.
Yes. Carthage. That ever-present problem.
Yeah, but I think once we're allied, it'll probably be less of a problem. At least in terms of just declaring surprise wars.
Let's hope so.
But yeah. If anyone has watched this, thanks for watching. And this is the thing, so we don't really play every week. We play every couple of weeks. The last time we played was actually, I can tell you exactly, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks and 1 day. So I'm gonna try to get these uploaded before that. So maybe I won't do one per week. Maybe I'll just fill a couple days with them. So if anyone leaves any comments, we'll be able to address them. Based on how the viewership of my first uploading week has gone, I'm not holding my breath. But if there's any comments whatsoever, then yay! We will have seen them by the next time we upload. And yeah, don't forget to check out Yuudai's channel where he talks about, he's gonna be talking about actually some stuff in Spain. Which is what? Regional modifiers?
Territory modifiers.
Oh, they're territory specific.
Yes.
Oh.
Which I found initially in Spain, and they turn out to be all over the world.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So that's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna link. Maybe by the time this video comes out, I'm actually gonna link to that video. Ho 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 ho.
Should be up by then.
Yeah. So yes. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Wow.